What's up, class? Evans here. Time to move on to the next part. This one will include a hole and a rounded edge for different features that I haven't showed you yet. This is AutoCAD Inventor, what I'm used to using. And as you can see, I did it in one move. And let me open up what it looks like for dimensions. I'll put this in the corner over there. Just so it can be on the side so you can see the dimensions as you work it out. So let's move on to Onshape. Got to sign in first. All right, so we will create a new document and we're going to call this one practice number 8. We actually did this one as a multi-view sketch of like top, front, right months ago. But we're going to call it practice number 8, and then you're going to put your class period and then put your initials. Of course, don't put mine. So yours should look just like this, except you'll have a different class period and different initials. So practice number 8, and let's move forward from there. So I'm going to start off with a sketch. Now you can approach this in many different ways. Let me actually go back to this right here. One thing you could do is you could go the subtractive method, and you can do a large box and you could cut out the corners, and then you could make a hole, and then you could round out this edge. That would be one option. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. You could make a box and then protrude this top, round the edge, and make the hole. That would be 4 steps. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do it all in one step. Actually, maybe I'll break it down into 3 steps. You can do it all in one step, but I think for this video, I'm going to at least break it down into 3 steps to make it easy. If you were to break it down into one step, it would be like this. You would put everything on the sketch, including the rounded edge, all at the beginning. But because we're learning, I'm going to do it in at least 3 steps right now. So I'm going to start a sketch from the front view. So I'm going to click front, and I'm going to grab the line tool. And I'm just going to click on the center just to make it easy. And I'm going to go up, over, down, over. And if it helps, you can click it from the front to make sure that everything is lined up. So we have that line, and I'm going to come and put in my dimensions. So let me see. I've got here, it is 1 inch tall, and here it's also 1 inch tall. So I need to make sure that both sides are the same. And this is 2.75, 2.75. Now, if it moves around weird, let me hit escape. Anything that you haven't put a dimension on, you can actually move. So like, let's say you typed in 2.75 and it did that. You can just easily hit escape on your keyboard and then move it back over and put it in the right place. Another way that maybe you can control it is you're drawing it, try to make it the dimensions that you see at the end close, and then just add the dimensions at last. So I'm going to click dimension, click the top line, make this one 1, this one 1, and this one 0.25. Okay. Now notice it's not symmetrical. It's not 3 inches across, it's 2.75, which means this is 1 inch, this is 1 inch, and this is 0.75. I don't need to put it because it can make those subtractions. So we've got the overall done. I'm going to hit the check mark. I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to extrude it. So let me select the piece, and it's going to extrude forward 1 inch, but if you look at the dimensions, it's half an inch. And press enter. There we go. Now I'm going to want to put a hole going through the thing. So I'm going to click Sketch, click on the surface. I'm going to click on the front so I'm zoomed into it. We should probably look for where a zoom button is. If you click on that and then so if you click on the corner part, action items, and then you click on preferences and you scroll down, we're not changing anything, we're just looking. It will tell you in the second grouping down, mouse controls, but what does what? So if I click the right mouse button and drag, it will rotate the part. If I want to zoom, I have to use the scroll wheel in and out. Oh, I don't have a scroll wheel on a laptop. I'm not sure how to do that on a laptop. Well, that doesn't help. Oh, I am using the arrow keys. As I'm pressing the arrow keys on my laptop, which it should be the same for your iPad because I've seen other students do it. It does allow you to kind of rotate around. That might be better since we don't have like actual mouses, mice. Anyways, you don't have a mouse to use. Now I don't know how to do zoom in and out, which I'm gonna have to figure out. We'll figure that out for a later date. Anyways, let me get back to what I wanted to. So I double click Sketch 2 to reopen it. You got to really pay attention to what's on the side here so that you're inside of the correct thing. Like just because I want to draw on the front, I have to go inside of a sketch to do that. I can't edit it any other way. So there is a circle tool here. I want to make sure it says center point circle. I see there's other options, but we're going to do center point circle. And I'm going to click and click. See how it has a number? So the number I need is 0.5. All right. And then now, of course, if you don't have that, you could just use the dimension tool. Now, everything I've given you so far have been size dimensions. Well, now I need a location dimension. It's half an inch in diameter, but where is it located on there? So I need 2 location dimensions, how high it is from the bottom and how far it is over left and right. So how high it is from the bottom, I just clicked on the bottom line and then the center point. And that is 0.75, enter. And then I'm going to click on the edge here, over, and that is, that's going to be in my video. That is 1.25. There we go. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to find out how to zoom in and out. All right, so I just typed in zoom on shape without mouse, and I got this is the first thing to come up, and it shows a lot of navigation that can be done on Onshape. So if you are having any issues, that's all I typed, Onshape zoom without mouse, and it's the first thing that came up. It's Onshape's website, and I read a few things. To zoom in and out, it says to like move your fingers in and out if you're on an iPad, or if you want to rotate, you can just move your finger back and forth, just like click somewhere on the side and drag around, and you can move it around. You can always use the view cube to always return to where you want to be, clicking on some corners until you see front, top, right, so you can orient yourself. To zoom in and out on a keyboard, I saw to do Z or Shift Z goes in, Z goes out. So to see how easy it is to kind of learn this stuff, when you are stuck, you can look it up and certainly share it if you'd like. All right, so now that we've got that figured out, now I'm going to extrude that hole. It's going to want to come out, but I'm going to tell it remove, and I'm going to tell it not blind, but up to next, which would be the back there. The last part is to put a rounded edge, and I haven't even tried that yet, but I do see the rounded edge button here. It's called Fillet, not a fillet. That's like a fish thing, you know, so it's called a fillet. It's actually a reference to welding. They fill in the space. So usually they're just called rounds also when they're on the outside, a rounded edge, but fillet. So I see we have a place for a radius that's 0.25 according to the thing. And then I'm just going to click this edge, and I'm assuming it's going to do it for me. Yeah, looks good. And then I hit OK. So there's my part completed and done. Go ahead and upload a picture just like this. If you click right here, it should put it in a maybe we could zoom in a little bit more. Oh, wrong way. I'm going to zoom it in closer. So take a screenshot like this where you can see the parts tree on the side. We did this in 2 extrudes and 1 fillet. Get me saying it wrong after I made a speech about it. And it says practice number 8 with the period and initials. Now, if you want to try and do it in less, feel free. If you want to do it in a subtractive method separate from what I did, feel free to explore it. So if you have a different amount of extrudes and fillets, you know, feel free to make a comment. I tried it out on my own separate from the way you did it just to practice, and that'd be fine. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to ask them on Zoom, and I'll try to help you as best as I can. You can also join me after school for tutoring after school. Kano gets out at 4:15. I'll try to leave my Zoom open, so if anybody jumps in, I'll hear it. And or catch me on Remind to ask me some questions. Let's get through this together and learn this program and start earning a bunch of A's. See you later.